In the ancient world of Greece, there was a name that echoed through centuries with fear, admiration, and wonder. Not the name of a god, not the name of an emperor, but the name of a man who was almost impossible to kill. This is the story of Achilles, a warrior so powerful that armies trembled at his presence, a hero whose strength rivaled the gods themselves. Yet in the end, he fell like every other human. Because this is not just a story of war, it is a story of human weakness. Achilles was born into destiny. His father, Peleus, was a mortal king of Greece, brave, respected, and feared on the battlefield. But his mother was no ordinary woman. Her name was Thetis, a sea goddess, a being who understood the cruelty of fate far better than humans ever could. From the moment Achilles was born, Thetis was afraid. She knew her son would grow powerful. She knew he would be drawn to war. And she knew one terrifying truth. In the world of men, no warrior lives forever. That fear pushed her to make a decision that would define history. One night, when the world was silent, Thetis carried her newborn son to a mysterious river, a river believed to separate life from death, the river Styx. Legends said that anyone who touched its waters would become invulnerable to weapons. Blades would break, arrows would fail. Desperate to protect her child, Thetis held Achilles by his heel and lowered him into the river. The water touched his head, his chest, his arms, his legs. Every part of his body became unbreakable, except one, the heel she was holding. In that single moment, Achilles became nearly immortal, and fate left behind one small opening. As Achilles grew, his power became impossible to ignore. He ran faster than any man. He struck harder than any warrior. He carried weapons that others could barely lift. People no longer spoke of him as human. They whispered, "Achilles is not a man. He is a disaster." But with great power came pride, and pride often walks hand in hand with destruction. Soon a single event plunged the Greek world into chaos. A woman named Helen, the most beautiful woman of her time, wife of the Spartan king, was taken to the city of Troy by a Trojan prince named Paris. Whether she went by force or by choice, to the Greeks it was humiliation. Kings united, armies gathered, and Troy, a powerful fortified city, was surrounded. What followed was not a short war. It lasted 10 long years. Cities burned, thousands died, yet Troy refused to fall, until the Greeks realized one thing: without Achilles, this war would never be won. When Achilles entered the battlefield, everything changed. Where he walked, death followed. Trojan soldiers fled at the sound of his name. He fought as if nothing could touch him. Then came the moment that sealed his legend. Achilles faced Hector, prince of Troy, defender of the city, a man fighting not for glory, but for his family and his people. This was not just a duel of swords, it was pride versus duty. Achilles won, Hector fell, and in that victory, Achilles made a fatal mistake. He believed he was truly invincible. But wars are not won by strength alone. Sometimes they are decided by knowledge. The Trojans discovered the truth. Achilles had a weakness, one small place where the river never touched him, his heel. One day, as the battlefield filled with dust, screams, and chaos, a single arrow was released. It was fired by Prince Paris. Legend says the god Apollo guided its path. The arrow did not strike Achilles' chest, not his heart. It struck the one place where he was human, his heel.
The warrior who could not be defeated fell, and with him fell the illusion of invincibility. Achilles died not because he was weak, but because he believed he had no weakness. That is why his story survived thousands of years, because it reminds us of a simple truth. No matter how strong you are, no matter how powerful you become, every human has an Achilles heel. And most of the time, our downfall begins the moment we forget that.